How you doing? Today we're gonna be talking about the evolution of hip hop production. In today's generation, hip hop genre music is one of the top most listened to genres out right now, and it's come a long way from its humble beginnings. Um, Hip hop used to be just a group of people listening to DJ scratch records on a turntable and just making a break out of it. And a break is a part of the song where it's just a bass line with drums and a hi hat or a snare, and people would dance to it, break dance to it. That's where break dancing originated from. And to and I just want to focus on the evolution of hip hop production and how it came so far due to technological advances, accessibility, and popularity. So first, we're going to be talking about the technological advances. In the beginning, it was very simple. Hip hop beats were made from turntables, and turntables are basically the foundation of hip hop. And what they did with turntables were a person known as a DJ would grab different vinyl records and try to get the same one and put it on the two turntables, and inside one of the records on the vinyl there should be a part inside of a song where it breaks into just a straight bass line, and during this bass line they would try to match it with the other record so they could have a continuous loop of this bass line so people could dance and groove to it and have a good time at parties. Now, nowadays, production for hip hop is so technological advanced from its humble beginning from a turntable, because now people use things like the MPC, which is basically just a drum pad, a sampler, and it's a lot easier to use. The drum pad, as you can see right here, is a big square with a bunch of little squares inside of it, and each one of the little squares controls a different sound. And on the right, you have tuning mechanisms and things of that nature, to where you could plug it into your computer and take out and break down a whole record and take out certain parts that you want, so you could sample that part from a favorite record of the past and put it into your beat to pay homage to the old sounds that came before it. And moving on from the technological advances, we're going to be moving into the accessibility. Nowadays, anybody could be a hip hop producer. It's not that hard because there's just so many apps out there that help promote the creation of hip hop production. And the market is completely oversaturated, and most of these apps are free and easy to use. So it's not hard for someone who's just sitting on the couch to grab their phone, download a little drum pad, and make their own beats. Matter of fact, there is a professional producer right now named Steve Lacy. He's in the band The Internet, and they're a big R&B/rap band. And he's produced for many rappers, and most notably Kendrick Lamar. He produced this track, I believe it was Lust, on his album Damn, which is a double platinum selling album right now. So he did that whole beat on his phone from a app known as, I believe it was GarageBand, and that, just knowing that means that you could literally make a Grammy nominated song off of an amazing album from your phone. So what's the need for expensive equipment when there's all these apps that are so accessible for hip hop production? Now, the other thing about hip hop production is its transition through the years, through its popularity. In the beginning, hip hop started in the East Coast in New York. So in the beginning, it was a bunch of like East Coast inspired boom bap rap, and that sound was big in the East Coast. It was basically during the late 80s and early 90s, and it was just simple drum patterns with snares, easy to rap over. It had a very predictable flow. But it signified what hip hop was supposed to sound like, and it's the roots of everything hip hop. And then moving on from the 90s to the mid 90s to the early 2000s is when the West Coast sound started becoming more popular due to the rise of Tupac, Death Row, and NWA, and a bunch of other artists formulating out of the West. we have the sound G-Funk, and this sound came, like I said, came into popularity in the late 90s to the early 2000s, and a lot of people say it was created by Dr. Dre, and it's basically a lot of smooth drum and funk samples coming from the 70s and 80s, and it just has a really relaxed vibe, and it's easy to dance to, and it's fun to listen to. And as the years progress to the 2000s to today's generation, is the South has the biggest influence in music production, and this style is known as trap. Um, it's a fast-paced beat. It has a lot of hi-hats with booming 808 drum patterns, and it's just like the easiest, most accessible beat to get right now, and it's just the most popular sound in today's hip hop. So, going through this presentation, we learned that the evolution of hip-hop production has came so far from its humble beginning due to technological advances, accessibility, and popularity. Thank you for your time.